Today we are making some vegan banana bread. Very simple, very easy. And per usual, after it's done baking, you can catch the photos in my community. Just go ahead and check there after. It's gonna take about an hour to bake. And we're pretty much prepared. We got all of our ingredients. And this is going to be made with oat flour. I'm gonna show y'all how I make the oat flour, which is super easy to make, but we're gonna start with our bananas. So you're gonna want 3 ripe bananas. Now these bananas are kind of small, but that's fine. So 3 ripe bananas, let's get them peeled and into our bowl. How's everybody doing today? It's pretty cold, but when you work out, you actually get to use some more vitamin D. Like, your body stores vitamin D, and when you exercise and maintain your weight, it helps your vitamin D levels stay elevated if you're not getting that much sun. Okay, so we got our ripe bananas in here. I'm gonna get a paper towel to just wipe my hands real quick. Okay. Next, we're gonna just mash these bananas with a fork. And it's gonna be super easy to mash. Also, I do have a 4th banana for the topping. You will see the topping at the end. I'm extra, so we gotta be a little bit extra with the topping. This banana bread is so easy to make. Y'all probably gonna be making it a lot. It's just such a quintessential cozy type of dessert that's good for a snack, that's good for breakfast. Okay, so this banana is pretty mashed. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, next we are going to add in our maple syrup. That's our choice of sweetener today. And I chose maple syrup because it's a pretty nutrient dense sugar. It's a natural sugar, so it's unrefined, and it's gonna add some moisture to the banana bread and some of that deep, almost toffee kind of sweetness. So 1/3 of a cup of, well, actually no, this is half a cup. This is half a cup of maple syrup. Okay, then we're gonna add our vanilla extract. You could do 1 to 2 teaspoons. This is about 1 teaspoon right here. And then we're going to add our cinnamon and nutmeg. Gotta have the spices in the banana bread. And then I'm also gonna add in our salt. So it was 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So all these kind of seasonings, just do 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I use sea salt. Now just give that a nice mix. Ooh, do not want that to spill. Do y'all like banana bread? And if so, do you put nuts in your banana bread? Or do you like it plain without any nuts? Or do you put chocolate in your banana bread? What's going on in y'all's banana bread? Because maybe I'll have to adjust this recipe for you. Alright, that's basically our wet ingredients plus the spices. Now we're going to move on to our oats. So I'm going to show you how to make oat flour. All you have to do is blend some oats in a high-speed blender. So here I have 2 cups of oats. It's actually a little bit more than 2 cups because I wanted to adjust for when I blend it. It's basically going to shrink down a little. So let's go ahead and blend these up. I'm going to take y'all with me to the blender. Oop. So this is the blender over here. Now, to make oat flour, stop buying oat flour. You never need to buy oat flour. Go to Costco, get a big bag of oats, drop them in the blender, and watch this turn into oat flour, all right? Make sure that y'all can see this. All right, that's it. Yes, it's looking good. It's gonna be so tasty. All right, let's go back over here. Now, we have our oat flour, and I'm gonna add that to our wet ingredients. Yeah, I know what you meant. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna add a little bit more vanilla extract. I just feel like I didn't add enough, and I really like vanilla. Okay, so now I'm going to add our high tahar. I'm going to add in some baking powder and baking soda. This is 1 teaspoon of both. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we mix this together. Oops. Okay. I'm not gonna over mix it, not gonna do too much. Oh my gosh, I forgot an ingredient. We have 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil. Okay, this is gonna actually add a lot of moisture to it. So glad it was clear, so I thought the cup was empty, but then I'm looking like, wait, there's actually some coconut oil in there. So we're adding in the coconut oil, and just a tip, whenever you're making kind of like loaf breads like this, it's good if all your ingredients are at room temperature, just so that it's easier for everything to blend together, and when it goes into the oven it can rise up a little bit more and better. Okay, so our banana bread is looking good. I gotta mix it a little bit more because of that coconut oil. All right, now I have 1 second. Okay, so now I have some walnuts. And this is about a cup of walnuts that I'm simply going to crush with my hands and then pop it into the dough or the batter. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead. All right. So let's just crush up these walnuts like this. Why is it? Okay. Crushing up these walnuts with my hands just so that they're a little bit smaller. And I like a lot of walnuts in my banana bread. So now that our walnuts are pretty much crushed, we're gonna go ahead and add them in. And then just kind of fold it into the batter. Not doing too much. I don't even know. I might have to do research on the super chat. I don't know if I have enough subscribers or what. I don't know if I have to add that in, but I'm definitely gonna check that out. But it's the thought that counts. Okay, so we're done. We're done with the banana bread batter. All we have to do now is go ahead and get it into our loaf pan. And then we're gonna do something very fun for the topping. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all how we get the parchment paper to fit perfectly. We kind of just measure it. All right, we need about that much. Rip it off, and then you're gonna crumble up the parchment. Okay, so now that you've crumbled up the parchment, it should mold right into the pan. This makes a very easy cleanup, because one thing I don't like is cleaning up a pan and like scraping everything up. So I just put my hand down and fold it over. Simple, simple, easy. And if you want to get, okay, well, first I'm going to pour the batter in, but then I might actually cut around. Well, even that's not necessary. You don't need to do that, but I might. All right, so in goes our lovely batter. So this is vegan. We got oats, so it's gluten-free as well. And it's delicious. It smells so good. Make sure I get all that batter in there, because we do not want to waste any of this deliciousness. Ooh, it smells so good. It isn't even baking yet. I take my time with this because I'm really getting all that batter. Okay. Done with that. I'm just gonna tap it down a little, show y'all what it's giving. This is what it's giving so far. I know y'all want some, but you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait to the end to see the pictures. Okay, now I'm gonna cut off a little bit. I'm gonna cut off a little bit of this parchment paper. Also, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Y'all being a little quiet today. All right. Let's cut off this parchment paper. Done. I wish I could send you a slice through the mail, but that's why I gave you all the measurements. Ooh. But there's like, how many ingredients did I use? There's not that many ingredients, which is why I love these types of breads. All right, we cut off enough parchment paper, and I actually got a little bit in there. I got this piece of parchment paper in there. We're not doing that. So took that out. When is the taste testing? Ooh, the taste. I don't know if I'm gonna taste this. Maybe I'll make a little video and post that in the community as well for the taste test. So let me show you. Yes, it's like really good in the rising. Because why not? Why not have banana bread for breakfast? All right, so here's the fun topping that we're gonna do. I'm actually going to put our banana bread to the side real quick. And we're gonna grab our cutting board, peel this banana. Now this banana isn't that ripe, but that's okay because we are using it for sort of like a garnish and not actually really a part of the recipe. But we want to be careful because we want that banana whole. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a knife and carefully slice this banana down the middle. Okay. And I'm going with the shape of the banana. I want to get it as close to half as I can. Boom. I'm gonna cut off this little piece off this end here. Don't know. That's about. All right. So now we have 2 halves of a banana, and these are pretty small, but it's still gonna look really nice. Okay. So let's move that over. Bring back our banana bread. And then I'm going to lay down these slices with the seeds facing up, okay? 1 half, then the other half. Let me show y'all what it looks like so far. This is the fun part. This is the culinary art of it all. Y'all see that? And I'm actually going to push it down in there just so it sits nice in the banana bread, and it kind of bakes up like an imprint. It's gonna bake up like it's imprinted in, which is exactly what we want. See that? It's like a little design on top. Now, for the extra part, because we like being extra, I'm going to, in this bowl, take some thyme. Thyme and banana bread. Whoa. Surprisingly, thyme as an herb pairs well with the fruit banana. So we're going to test that theory today, because actually I've never done it, but I'm willing to find out. So I don't know how much. I'm not going to put too much. This is actually quite a lot. So I'm going to put some back. That's too much for me. Because the time will surely take over. And we don't want that. We just want kind of the essence. Like, ooh, what's that? We don't want it to be time. Too much time. Okay. So this is like a little pinch. Maybe a eighth of a teaspoon. Okay. Now I'm gonna also add in, actually before I do that, I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt because I'm such a sweet, savory type of girl. I love sweet and savory. So we added in a pinch of sea salt, and actually I'm going to pinch these together to release the aroma of the thyme and kind of get that blended with the salt. So it's like thyme salt, almost. Okay. And then I'm going to add in the bowl a little bit of garam masala. Why I'm adding garam masala, because this has all organic. It's cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, cumin, black pepper, and coriander. Again, it's adding a little bit of a savory element, but there's still those spices that go so well with banana, like cardamom, cloves, cinnamon. So this is how you play with flavors. All right, so we added a little sprinkle of garam masala. And I'm just gonna make sure all of these are blended together well. So I'm just gonna tap this back and forth. Okay? And if you thought this was extra, we have 2 more extra things to do after this. Because sometimes the top of the bread is the best part. Not as cap. Sometimes though, the top of the bread can make it taste significantly better. It's definitely not the best part. It's all the best. The whole slice is the best part, but you know, we want to see visually with our eyes the top something nice. So we're gonna take some olive oil, just a little drizzle on top, like the tiniest drizzle. Let's see if I can capture this. Just a drizzle. Come on. It's not coming out yet. Okay. Boom. Just a drizzle. All right. Then on top of that, it's just so that the top can kind of fry a little bit in the oven. Get a little crispy. Now we're going to sprinkle on our garam masala, thyme, and salt all over. And I'll show y'all what that's looking like once I get it evenly. on there. This is what makes something regular versus like gourmet. This is what gives something the edge that you need, because this recipe was really simple, so we had to give it a little edge. That's what it looks like with the speckles on top. And then finally, we're going to add in a little bit of coconut sugar on top so that that can kind of caramelize and you just get a nice like crispy sugar coating on top of your slice with all the spices and the little piece of banana. It's just going to go well. No measurements for this. Follow your heart. Same thing with the sprinkling. We're just going to almost dust it over. Okay. Make sure I get all the edges. One sec. These ads, I'm trying to be fancy, play some music, but YouTube wants to have ads. All right, I think that's it. Ooh, that's gonna be it. So we have our beautiful topping, and now I'm gonna go ahead, put everything into the oven. So y'all can see what's going on. Okay. Say bye-bye to the banana bread, because it's going in the oven, y'all. All right. Now all we have to do is set our timer for about I'm gonna just do an hour. Actually, I'm gonna do 55 minutes because I want to check on it at 55. If it needs the extra 5, we'll do that. So we got 55 minutes here. And of course, when it's done, or when I think it's done, we're gonna do the toothpick test. So I'm just gonna grab a toothpick, poke it in the middle. If it comes out clean, it's good. So that's all. Make sure y'all subscribe for healthy eating advice or tips, healthy recipes, healthy lifestyle, and just living well in general. Wellness. This is a Wellnaissance Woman page, okay? So if you're here, you're gonna learn about wellness, how to live a healthier and happier life, and do it eating good. I will see y'all in the next one. And thank you for watching. Make sure you check out the community for the results, all right? And I'll do a taste test as well. Peace.